What's everyone? How's everyone going? Welcome to today's stream. We got a good one for you guys today. We've got some more WCL champions for you guys today. We got Team Olimpia versus Team Winners BR. It's going to be a pretty fantastic war today. We had a previous war a bit earlier today. Now we're jumping straight back into it with another one here. We got a bit of love for Olimpia over on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and get a poll started up in just a moment over on Twitch. As you can see, we're 5 minutes away from the start of this war and from the start of the attacks going in. So let's go ahead and just make a quick poll real quick. Let's see, who do you guys think over on Twitch is going to win? That's the one benefit of watching over on Twitch, is that you get to decide, or you get to basically vote on who you think is going to have the upper hand in this war here. So I believe both of these clans are Brazilian clans. So we got Brazil facing off against Brazil. We just got the results from the WHF INTZ war. Oh no. 11-12, INTZ picking up the win. Rip the WHF. What's up, Marjade? How you doing? Miss Evil Witches WCL. When was that one? What? I did not see that one. Oh, rip. Well, let me know the result of that one. Let me know how that one went. What's up, Silas? How you doing, man? Hold on. It wasn't a week 4 war, was it? Was it week 5? No, that was August 4th. Week 1, no, that's... Yeah, I don't see anything about... We literally just finished? Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see anything posted in the war channel about it. Oh, that's a shame. I would have loved to stream that. Is it week 5? Yeah. Nice job, though. Well done. Who's your opponent? What was the final score? Please let me know. Would love to know. But GG to WHF. They lost 11-12. It was so close. They had a 99% time failed too. Oh, so close. So close. All right. We are just about 4 minutes and 30 seconds away from the live hits for this war. Now, both of these teams really are looking for a win here. We've got Team Olimpia. They're 2-2 so far going into week 5. And then Team Winners BR are 1-3. So if anyone needs to win this war, it's definitely Team Winners BR. 11-9 versus Senators. Okay. The ladies love you. They would have been excited. Yeah, it would have been great. It's the one complaint I have about WCL so far is that it's kind of hard to figure out which wars I can stream. Not only just which wars I can stream, but also just which ones are going on when they're going on. It's kind of hard to figure it out. Like right now I'm scrolling through the War Tools chat, which is normally what I'll look through to try and figure things out. There it is. Okay, now I see it. 13th of August, 2030. Yeah. I mean, as always, if there's ever any wars that, especially Umar, if there's ever any wars that are going on that you think you'd like to be streamed, feel free to shoot me a DM. 9 out of 10 times I'll usually be free. They opened with a 1-star, so the last 2 attacks were safe 2s. Fair enough. It's definitely not a bad decision at all. Live streaming 2 times in one day. I must be dreaming. I gotta pinch myself. What's up, Stickman? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're live twice today. We have 2 wars going on. Team Olimpia versus Team Winners BR. Previously, we did Town Hall 3 Trinity against... Town Hall 3 Trinity... Oh, why am I dumb? Town Hall 3 Trinity against... What was the away team? Oh, I'm so dumb. How could I forget already? I literally did it this morning. Star Wars, that's what it was. And the craziest thing happened. So in Town Hall 3 Trinity's first hit, they actually used party wizards, which aren't allowed in the WCL. So I was like, shoot, this isn't good. Lo and behold, they ended the war with 13 stars. They had 3 triples, and they came out on top because Star Wars only had 10 stars. They didn't hit a single triple. They had a 99% 2-star, but they didn't hit a triple. And so technically, even with the disqualified attack, Town Hall 3 Trinity still won the war. Like, it was unbelievable. But, it was great. Ouch, okay, it's real life. Stickman over there pinching himself on YouTube. What's up, Corrupt? How you doing? Good to see you lurking around. Popping out those lurk emotes from Carbon. Gotta love it. Corrupt, another fantastic Clash content creator. Man, you'll see him all over the game. Doesn't matter whether you got a Town Hall 11, 12, sometimes even at 13. I mean, you're going to see his videos in that recommended section. He does some really good work over there. Got Comrade in the chat as well, flexing out some of those lurk emotes. Gotta love my lurkers out there. You guys are the real MVPs. But all right, we are just about 1 minute away from the start of this war, and we've got Team Winners BR that are going to try and Team Winners BR are going to try and kick us off here with hopefully a 3-star. I want to see a high-scoring war. If you guys had to predict a score today, which I know a lot of people might not know these clans, and it's perfectly fine if you can't predict a score, but if you had to predict a score, what do you think the score was going to be? I'm thinking that Team Olimpia are just barely going to win on percentage. We're going to see an 11 war, Team Olimpia on percentage. Judging by the current stats, got to be something. It'll be at least 5. Same 2 on percentage. Yeah, looking at the current stats from both of these clans, I mean they're both doing great right now. I mean, Team Winners BR are currently sitting at 3 losses, but I mean when you look at their stars, I mean in terms of like their net stars and their overall percentage, I mean it's still pretty high. It's up there. So I think Team Olimpia and Team Winners BR both have a shot to win this war. You know, I'm having a bad day when the nerd of COC has to struggle remembering team names. Yeah, it's hard because there's so many different teams. Like, I don't get offered to stream a bunch of stuff, but sometimes I do, and I get things jumbled up, like, especially when I'm trying to schedule streams. It's a mess. But anyways, let's see what we got here. We got Team Winners BR kicking us off here with a bit of a Yeti smash, starting with this Warden Walk. Really calm here. Going to break open the compartment there and get straight to the Town Hall. But the key there is they actually place the Quakes in a way that they actually don't wake up that Town Hall. You don't want to be dealing with that Town Hall's damage earlier than you need to. He's got that singular wizard up there to try and help take down those buildings to kind of funnel the warden into the single. He's actually going to use the warden to take down the single, going to burn a free spell, and honestly, that's some pretty good value there. And we'll probably see the king and the siege barracks pop down from this bottom side. Now, why did he rage the warden? That's a really interesting use of a rage spell there. I'm not a big fan of that, to be perfectly honest. He definitely didn't need to use that rage spell there. Let's see if that cost him later in the raid. Going to start with that P.E.K.K.A. and that Yeti coming out of that siege barracks there with the headhunters and the wizards to kind of get through this king and make sure that everything goes in where he needs to. He doesn't have that strong of a funnel over here. Are his troops going to path off to the outside? There's a chance here. A bunch of Yetis are going to the outside, but they're going to eventually join back in with the main army going through here. Can these wizards get that king pad down? They do, and now he's got a direct path straight towards that town hall. Now, he needs to rely on this queen getting to the core here, and so far, not a whole lot is moving towards that town hall. There we go. The queen steps inside, and she will take down that town hall with help of that rage spell and the warden ability. Now, we do have a lava hound popping out of that clan castle, so will the queen be able to deal with the enemy skeletons and the lava hound beforehand? He poisons the queen. Very interesting use of that poison spell there. Would have definitely been a bit more help taking down those pups there, but he is going to get through that town hall and still move through the space. Royal Champion is going to have to burn her ability early and going to get taken down by the enemy Royal Champion. Now everything's stuck inside of a tornado trap, and it's looking like this one is going to end at a 2-star, and he's only at about 50% at the moment, so he needs to see his percentage start shooting up in just a second if he wants to start his clan off really strong here. Ideally, if you're not going to triple on some of your first hits, you want to at least make sure that you can get a high percentage too, just to kick your momentum off strong. If you're going to end at a 60 to 70% 2-star, it's not going to help your clan a ton going into the later attacks of the war. Usually the first 2 attacks, or the first 1 or 2 attacks from either side, aren't the most like well-crafted plans ever, but they're enough to kind of go in and get that high 2-star, or even potentially go through and get that 3-star. There we go. Queen ability is going to get popped here, and we could soar above 70%. But judging by the fact that there's no healers left, I don't know if that's possible here. The queen's going to bang a wall, but she's going to get targeted by that cannon and go down here. We are going to end at about 69 to 70%. There's a chance they can end a bit higher. Yeah, he's going to end a little bit higher here. That cannon's really not doing a whole lot of damage to this queen. And he's going to end at around the 76 to 77%. Just about. That wizard can clean up that gold mine. Queen can get that. Yeah, he's going to end at around 67% here. 67 or 77 rather. Not 67. I don't know what I'm saying. Haven't seen a proper anti-2-star base in so long. Yeah, this is a proper anti-2-star base that they decided, you know what? Let's go straight in. Let's get that 2-star on it. Let's get this one out of the way. We don't want to hit this one later on. Let's focus our planning on some of the more difficult bases as we move in. But now it is Team Olimpia's time to shine here. Can they kick off their momentum strong with a 3-star? Because we've definitely seen some clans kind of go a bit crazy when it comes to carrying out momentum with 3-stars. Let me go ahead and fix the names. I apologize. There we go. There we go. Now it's in the right spot. Very basic stat board on the screen for you guys. It will update as the war goes on here. All right. Now, Team Olimpia technically have until 34 minutes to do their attack, but ideally I try and encourage clans to go back to back, especially if I'm streaming it, just so that way I don't have to fill this kind of time frame between the attacks with just a bunch of random commentary. No one will win because they will be too scared to attack, so it'll be a 0 stars for both war. Well, already, Stickman's prediction straight out the window. We've already got one attack in, and it is a 2-star from Team Winners BR. That's going to put their percentage at 15.6, which is definitely not a bad start. But here we go. Got Maria going in here. She's bringing in the Drag Bats. Now, let's see what she can do here. Going to be starting with that king up at this 12 o'clock side to kind of clear through a couple of buildings. We got that royal champion down by this right side here to kind of clear through that air defense and set a nice funnel here for these dragons. Now, we might see the queen go in behind either the royal champion or the king to try and step up and grab a couple buildings behind walls here. Royal champion ability is going to get used, and it's going to chain to that single but not take it down. And the royal champion is going to go down a bit early, but now this entire side can be funneled by a singular dragon or a wizard. But we are going to see that queen come in from this right side here with the enemy king, or with the friendly king here. So she's going to try and peel in and get a bit more value here, but she might actually go down to the single a bit earlier than expected, which would not be ideal. Now we do have a singular dragon in there to try and make sure that he can set that funnel for the dragons diving in. The queen doesn't step up for the single either, so we didn't get a ton of value with the Sui, but more of just set the funnel for the dragons. Now, does still have 10 dragons on the board at the moment though. So we'll see what happens. You never know what could happen here. We're going to start with that rage spell down and get these dragons accelerated through the base here. We do have a blimp for this town hall, which is going to go straight in behind these dragons to kind of help push through and grab that town hall, get it out of the way, so that way he can focus on the bat portion. Going to drop the second rage here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this warden ability get popped a bit early here to keep those dragons alive through that single target inferno. Now this blimp is going to make it to the town hall, but the real question is here, is that scatter shot going to lock onto the dragons up top, or is it going to switch? It does switch. Here we go. We've got some sneaky goblins in that blimp there. You're going to take down the town hall as well as lure that clan castle, so that's definitely not good. Needs to lure that lava hound away from the dragons here, and there we go. That lava hound is going to get lured to the right side there, and look at these bats coming in straight on top of that scatter shot there, and they're going to clear through these buildings. And I'm not going to lie, this is looking like a pretty solid hit so far if these bats do not run into any traps. But no, look at the red mine chasing the bats. The red mine is chasing the bats. Can they avoid it? They take down the cannon. They run through. They somehow haven't been taken down yet, and they just barely get to the Tesla before the red bomb takes them all out. And I think he's just barely going to get it. I've never seen bats run away from a red bomb like that in my life. That is hilarious. He's going to swag 2 free spells and still get this 3-star based upon the, well, let's see how much time he has. Pretty much everything at the top side has been cleared. He's soaring in the 90%, going to use the free spell to take down the pups. Dragon is in the core, dealing with that enemy king. Not ideal, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be a 3-star to kick Team Olimpia off, and this is what I was talking about when I said Team Olimpia. They have that percentage so far. They're up ahead at the moment. They have 2 wins in comparison to Team Winners BR's 1 and 3. But again, Team Winners BR, they have that percentage as well, that overall percentage, destruction percentage. So it's going to be a very close war, but that's definitely the start that Team Olimpia were looking for to kick them off in this week 5 war. Excellent job there, and a really good deployment of those bats there for sure. I've got to hand it to the attacker. It was some good identification to get those bats straight in front of the dragons rather than having them wave behind them. So, dang, that's going to kick them off with a 3-star. Let's see if Team Winners BR can respond with a triple of their own and get themselves back in the momentum swing. Bats 200 IQ, they split up. Honestly, they were just running away from the red bomb. They were too fast that they actually weren't able to get taken down by the red bomb until they stopped, which is definitely it's pretty hilarious there. Not gonna lie, I haven't seen that one in a while. All right, here. Team Winners BR technically have plenty of time to do their next hit. I think they have until the 28-minute mark to do their second hit. So they have plenty of time, but at the same time, it would always be great if they just go, straight in. Rip the bats that from the air bomb. Yeah, honestly, I'm surprised he didn't lose them earlier than he did. It looked like that air bomb was so close to exploding, and that's really the one worry with sending in your bats with your other air troops is that, look, if there's one red bomb, your raid's over. That's 5 spells that you swagged. They're not going to do anything else to help you out, and that's why you want to try and isolate both sides, both phases of the attack, that being the dragons and the bats. You don't want them to work together, just because if they're working together, there's a chance that one red bomb takes them all out and they're gone. Rip bats, gone but not forgotten. Exactly. Now, again, I'm hoping for a good war. I've predicted 2 triples in this war, 11-11, and Team Olimpia getting the win on percentage. Now, that is my prediction That is not the war outcome. So let's see if Team Winners BR and Team Olimpia can prove me wrong here and pull in some OP triples. So far, we've started off with 2 pretty decent plans to kick us off here. To be honest, I think the plan on 5 for Team Winners BR was a decent plan. It's just things didn't exactly go the attacker's way, and there were a few small little changes to the plan that could have been looked at a bit differently. But at the same time, I got to give it to him. The effort was there, but here we go. We got Phelps going in from Team Winners BR, going to be hitting another anti-2-star style base from Team Olimpia. Definitely very popular. And these guys, he's rocking the Yetis with the 2 jump spells here. Going to start with this Warden Walk over by the 7 o'clock site here to try and make sure he can clear out these buildings to eventually force those Yetis probably into about this 8:30 channel here. And then we're going to see that blimp come in for this Town Hall. And that's mainly just to make sure that he can secure the Town Hall, not have to worry about having to force his Yetis in with a bit of a deep funnel. He's just trying to make sure that he can keep his Yetis together and isolate that Town Hall away from his main force and take it down with the blimp. Now here we go. We got a couple of archers coming in at 9 o'clock. They're going to clear through a couple of buildings. And again, this Warden Walk taking his time, not really too concerned here about, you know, taking a bit of time here to clear through some buildings. Singular Tesla is going to pop up. It's not going to be enough to get this Warden down on health. Might opt in to use a rage spell here anyways to keep that Warden moving. Wow, it's really, really close, but the patience is so incredible for Phelps here. He knows, look, I'm fine. I'm just chilling. Warden's going to get down on the red, but it's not the end of the world. I'm doing just fine here. And here comes the first Yeti at this 9 o'clock side to start making this funnel here. And we've got a singular Party Wizard. What is up with people using Party Wizards? He's not supposed to have Party Wizards, and this attack might be forfeited. I really hope it's not, and I hope both of these clans have agreed to using Party Wizards, because if not, this is going to be really rough looking at the final results of this war. But here we go. We got the Warden at this top side here. Going to clear through a couple of buildings, and then we're going to see him get forced in with the main army after taking down this Wizard Tower. Here we go. A couple of Yetis to try and lure him to the left here, which they do an excellent job of doing so. And we have that Siege Barracks at the left side here. So he's opted in to switch out from that blimp. Doesn't want the blimp for the Town Hall, but rather he's just going straight with the Yetis to get that Town Hall down. And I honestly can kind of understand why. The funnel established by this Warden is fantastic. And that's going to actually allow for everything to go straight in towards the core of the base here. Now, a healer is going to go down to a Seeking Air Bomb. Not the end of the world. Tries to freeze the Inferno and the cannon there, but misses. Has to freeze the Town Hall, but misses the scatter shot there. Early Warden ability to keep things alive and healthy. He doesn't have the Queen stepping up for the Town Hall just yet. He needs her to step into that wall and get that Town Hall down. Has to rage in the core again to ensure that he gets that Town Hall down. Does not want to start with a 1-star here. Now the Queen actually goes in the core, and funny enough, this is actually going to help him later on in this raid, because now she can reach that scatter shot and take it down with her ability. Pops her ability just perfectly at the perfect time there, keeping her alive through that Warden Blast. And now that Tornado Trap is going to kind of grab her a bit and kind of throw her around just a little bit there, but there we go. She's still moving through. Yetis are going to path towards the outside of the base. He has a super wall breaker to break them outside, but now we do have that that multi-target Inferno sitting in that compartment there that cannot be reached by anything. Now, had he had his Royal Champion alive near the end of this raid, I would have been a bit more confident with how this one was going. But in all honesty, I think this one's also going to end at a high percentage too. Not so much because of the troops he has left, but because of the time. 12 seconds left on the board, soaring well above 90% here. And I think he would personally, I think he's going to have enough to get through this with a full health King, couple of Yetis still alive on the board with hopefully some Yeti Mites in there. He could get through this here, but just not enough time. And that is going to be a defense for Team Olimpia there. I don't know what's going to happen because he used Party Wizards there. I don't know if that... Hold on. Let me just confirm really quick. I really hope that both of these teams agree to using Party Wizards. Would be an absolute shame if that attack gets nullified. Hopefully not, but here we go. We got Team Olimpia going in for their third hit here. Or the third hit? No, their second hit. What am I talking about? Second hit is going to be going in here from Team Olimpia. We got another Zap Lalo. What's up, Freaksense? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good one. It's going to start by zapping the Inferno Tower and the Sweeper alongside the Clan Castle and that Expo and take it down with that Quake spell. Really, really good job there. Now, we're going to actually see a couple of loons coming from this right side here. Now, the goal is to try and set a good path for the Lalo to eventually probably dive in for this bottom side here. I don't know. He might actually be wanting to Sui this side. Let's see what he decides to do. Going to drop that King in with the Queen over at this left side to try and grab this scatter shot. And yeah, with the use of that Party Wizard, I think both of these clans have agreed to using Party Wizards. I don't think there's going to be any issues there, which I really like to see that. Whenever a new seasonal troop comes in, I want to see more people using it because I feel like it adds more variety to the attacks in the game, and it doesn't really shake up the meta enough to justify having to not use them. So here we go. We've got the world champion. She's going to go down before getting the eagle, but that friendly queen could step up here and go for that enemy king and then eventually go for the king pad and the eagle. Let's see what happens here. Going to start the Lalo from this 9 o'clock side here to try and path through into this single target in front of her to keep that queen alive as long as possible here. Now, the loons are going to dive through and he's starting that cleanup directly afterwards. Now, can this queen be OP and actually go for that eagle rather than banging a wall? And I think, honestly, she's just going to keep banging that wall. Now we have a bunch of loons diving straight in for that town hall compartment. And yes, the queen has gone inside. She's going to have to burn her ability through the enemy king. But at the same time, it's not going to be the end of the world. There go all the loons onto the town hall. Going to pop that ability to keep them alive through that town hall. Still hasn't even used the slammer yet. And oh my, Team Olimpia might be really shaming me here, because this is looking pretty strong so far. Now that world champion is still alive on defense, as well as the scatter shot is going to lock onto those loons. Has a free spell. Don't know why he's not using it. He's going to lose a stack of loons here. Freezes the world champion instead of freezing the scatters as well. These loons might have enough to get through this one here. He's only got about 8 loons left alive. Now, do they have the momentum to go through and get that warden pad out of the way for this dragon here? They step in front of that dragon. Does he have the cleanup? He has a loon in the pocket. And I think Team Olimpia are about to start off with a second 3-star. Wow, what a fantastic start for Team Olimpia. They're going to start with 2 3-stars to kick them off here for this war. Wait, is this like competitive? Well, freak sends. If this is your first time ever watching a competitive 5v5 Clash War, welcome to the stream. This is the WCL Champions League. This is a professional Clash of Clans league sponsored by eFuse with a $300 prize pool. We're seeing a 5v5 all Town Hall 13 single attack format. The clan with the highest stars and the highest damage percentage wins. It's definitely very interesting, but Team Olimpia kicking us off, completely blowing my predictions out of the water with 2 3-stars back to back to really give them the edge on Team Winners BR going into the 3rd round of attacks. Are you going to be streaming CWL Town Hall 11 Esports? I plan on it. You need money, same, Freak Sens. Same. Same, buddy. Which, speaking of that, if any of you want to be a little famous here and get on the screen, if you got a singular bit, you can drop that bit in and get yourself on the leaderboard there for the top weekly cheer. Now, let's see what we've got going. 24 minutes left in this war, which means that we've got a bit of time before Team Winners BR have to go in again. I believe they have to go in at the 22-minute mark. But who knows? They might want to go in earlier, and if they do, that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to attack a bit earlier, but it is not to attack late. So there is a bit of an alternating attack format. So the home team is the team that is sending the challenge to the away team, and then the away team is the team that attacks first at the 40-minute mark, and then it alternates between each team until we have a winner. Now here we go. We've got the 3rd raid going in for Team Winners BR, and Team Olimpia loving these anti-2-star bases for their defense, and Team Winners BR coming in with another Zap Lala. We saw this one triple in the previous raid for Team Olimpia. Now can Team Winners BR replicate the same exact things? Freak Sense, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. It is greatly appreciated, my dude. All right, so starting that Zap, pretty strong start there, taking down that clan castle, which basically kills all of the clan castle troops inside of it, which is definitely a good way to start this raid. That's enough value to justify 8 spell slots to take down just the clan castle. Now we've got the queen coming in with an ice golem here over at this 4 o'clock side. Now her goal is to try and step up and grab that air defense there. Now is he planning on wall breaking the queen in, or is he just trying to have her walk around here? It's a bit of an interesting start. I think he's trying to get her to walk around. Now that ice golem will eventually go down, but it's definitely enough there to kind of step up and get through and take down a couple of buildings and allow for the king to finally step up and tank for this queen a little bit after this cannon goes down. Now the queen is already at about half health here, but she is going to step up here and do a bit more damage. Now, is he actually planning on getting a scatter shot with this queen? No, she walks to the inside channel with no buildings, which is not where he wanted her. He wanted his queen to step up for the inside to grab those scatter shots, but he's not going to get that. The Royal Champion is going to step up, but with those single target Infernos, I don't think his Royal Champion is going to have enough to get through both of these scatter shots, but will it get through this Eagle? I don't think so. It is going to soften it up quite a bit here. But he is going to be, the attacker is going to be switching to a blimp here to secure getting that 2-star because the raid has not gone his way. Now he's going to start this Lalo from this 3 o'clock side here. And he's going to have to go a bit wide, kind of going in a bit of a counterclockwise motion going into this raid. Now that blimp was meant for the enemy queen and the enemy royal champion, but now because he wasn't able to get the value that he wanted with his heroes, he's had to go to plan B, which is get that blimp in for that town hall and secure the 2. Now, this queen is going to step up and start targeting this hound, which is affected by the Grand Warden's ability, but he's still moving through here. The blimp will pop. We're going to see a couple of sneaky goblins and a hound come out of that blimp there, and they will take down that town hall, get it out of the way, and now we've got the warden stepping up here with those loons to give them that HP buff. Now, can he get the queen and the enemy royal champion down before they take down too many of his loons? And in all honesty, with that scatter shot and that eagle staying alive over at the 3 o'clock side, I'm not convinced that this one triples. He does have that haste spell with the loons to try and haste them into that scatter shot to keep them alive, and he gets them there. But again, his Lalo has just lost the momentum going into the backside of the base, and they catch the tornado trap as they go into the eagle. So this one is going to be another 2-star defense for Team Olimpia. Now, can they go strong again and get themselves a third triple going into this war? Diego supporting his team, Team Olimpia. And he was here a bit earlier cheering for them before the stream started. So huge shout out to you, Diego, over on YouTube, cheering for your team, because I'll tell you what, they're doing pretty well so far. You'll be playing in it, Comrade. Which team are you playing in? Because I plan on streaming a few of those wars. I don't know how many I'm going to stream, but I'm also going to be playing in that. So we'll see what happens and whether or not I've got free slots. I do ideally want to do at least like one stream a day and cover at least one 5v5 war. Because I really do feel like it's the future in terms of competitive streaming, just because it's such an easy kind of format to be able to stream. You're playing an EYG's team. Nice. All right. Now, can Team Olimpia fire off with a 3-star of their own? Now, just to put perspective here, Team Olimpia are behind on percentage, but at the same time, they're tied on stars with an attack behind. So right now, they are dominating in this war at the moment. They're doing fantastic. We have Helga over on YouTube as well. How are you doing, Helga? One of the WCL admins. She does some fantastic work and really helps communicate with the streamers for the WCL, and she basically makes my job a lot easier to be able to stream these wars for you guys. But yeah, we're going to see Team Olimpia fire away. They technically have plenty of time. They have till the 18-minute mark to fire off their hits, so they have time to wait, time to just check the troops, check the army, make sure everything's all set in stone, and you've got, you know, no things that you, you know, you've got no I apologize, I just got DM something. It's pretty insane. But you know, just to make sure you got all the army troops you need. You know, there's nothing you're missing. Got your plan all set and sorted. You're attacking the right base. Your heroes are awake. All that good stuff. And here we go. Now we've got Junior going in for Team Olimpia here. He's going to be rocking the Zap Hogs here. Now let's see what he's going to be looking to do here. Going to start by zapping one of the Expos and the clan castle here. And he's actually going to clean out that core there. I'm surprised he didn't go for taking out that eagle. Now let's see what he decides to do with this Sui here. Freaksense coming in and cheering those 10 biddies, getting himself on the leaderboard. Huge shout out to you. Is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the bits. Now let's focus up on this attack. Going to be starting with a bit of a Sui down south here. Now, those Teslas are going to cause a bit of an issue going into this raid here. Now, will it prevent him from getting that town hall out of the way, which I think is what he's trying to get here? Has used the wall wrecker to try and get to the town hall. Going to freeze that single target inferno to make sure it gets there. Opts in to use the wall wrecker instead of the blimp due to possibly being, you know, there possibly being some kind of air bombs there. Now, the wall wrecker will get there, and he is going to pop it, and we're going to see a couple of Yetis pop out of that blimp. Now, they're not going to have enough power to get through this town hall without a rage, and I think he notices that, but look, the queen's going to step up and get that town hall out of the way. What an OP Sui, staying under control here, staying relaxed, making sure that he can get the value that he needs. Now, we're going to see a couple of Hog Riders come down for this bottom side here, and most of them are going to go in for this top side, and they're going to loop around with the Warden and the Royal Champion. Now, the Eagle has locked onto a pack of Hog Riders, but I think he meant for them to kind of die out because of that bomb tower to make that funnel very narrow for the Hogs diving into the base. Now, I'm surprised he's delaying the Hogs so much, but here we go. We got the Hogs coming in from this 12 o'clock side with the Royal Champion. 44 of those Hog Riders diving into this base here. Now that Eagle is going to take down a stack of them over on the right side here. We're going to see that Warden ability get popped through the enemy King here. Those Headhunters doing some really nice work to take care of that enemy King and allow that Royal Champion to continue forward with the Hogs. And now here comes the cleanup on the outside already. And that's the key with these raids, is that usually if these kill squad Hog raids don't go through in triple, a lot of the time you actually see them end on low percentage. So this attacker is making sure that he's getting as much percentage as possible diving through, and in all honesty, it's looking pretty solid. He does have that Royal Champion ability, but no more spells left, meaning that 1 or 2 giant bombs will end this raid straight in its tracks. Now, these Hog Riders are going to step up in front of this Royal Champion, and that is the most clutch play by these Hog Riders I have ever seen. They're going to step up, they're going to take a couple of scattershot blasts, but with this Royal Champion having her ability still alive, he still has a chance of getting this one done. The scattershot is also at a bit low health here, so one pop of that Royal Champion ability, and he might actually be able to get through this scattershot. He's delaying it because he wants to take down these Teslas, and I think Olimpia is going to get a third triple to kick them off. They're on fire right now. I predicted they would get 1, and they've completely shut me down in terms of my prediction. They've came through with 3 back-to-back triples in this war. Wow. What a fantastic plan, and what a hit by the attacker here. No Hog Riders left remaining, but he's got enough to clear through and get that third 3-star. Wow. Are you in the war? No, I am not a part of either of these teams. I'm an unbiased streamer. I am simply here casting the war as one of the WCL media team members. But they're really putting on a show for us right here. Olimpia ahead by 3 stars and over 10%. 10.4% to be exact. That is quite a bit of percentage. Just to put it into perspective, that's over 50% of a actual base. So just to do a bit quick math for you guys, each of these bases is worth 20% overall destruction. That meaning if you get a perfect war, that's 15 stars, 100% destruction. So right now, Team Olimpia have 60% destruction with 9 stars because they've hit 3 stars. So that means that 10% is technically 50% of a base. What's up?
Are you still streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When do you think you're going to be done?
20 minutes. Your clan is level 13? That's awesome. Sounds good, but yeah, some of these 5v5 teams are pretty OP, especially Team Olimpia. I mean, they've really come out and smashed at this war so far. They really would have to do something pretty horrific to mess this one up. Freaksense flexing one of those King Jeffrey emotes. King Jeffrey is the team that I play in, and they also are a part of the WCL. Now, I try, whenever I'm playing in the wars, I try not to stream them simply because I don't want to burn the other team's bases and like playing against them and stuff, and kind of give my my fellow division members in the other clans an advantage. So I try and not stream those, but I do play in this league and my own little team that I've got together, and that is that unicorn right there, King Jeffrey. Now, let's see what we've got going here. We've got Team Winners BR coming in. We got Go. Let's see what he can do. He's bringing in another Zap Lalo, and I think that's because he kind of notices the value he can get with the Zap spells. He's going to take down the Queen and this Clan Castle, but misses the Sweeper. Now, this isn't the end of the world, but could that eventually affect the Lalo plan? Let's see what he's got. You just unlocked it? Yeah. I play inside of King Jeffrey. We usually try and participate in CWL Elite 15, which is another Clash competitive league. That's 15 Town Hall 13s, and then we also compete in WCL Champions, which is the 5v5 format, and we also compete in the CWL Esports, which is also the 5v5 format. But here we go. Going to start by getting in that Yeti to try and funnel this right side of the base over by 3 o'clock to force his heroes in to try and grab this scatter shot. Now, we do have a super wall breaker here, which is going to help dive through and get that wall open to allow the Queen to step up and get that Inferno Tower as well as the scatter shot. Now, the wall breaker doesn't go for the most ideal wall because now the Queen cannot reach that Inferno, but it's not the end of the world. All he really needs is that scatter shot out of the way. That single target Inferno won't do a ton to this Lalo diving into the base here. Team Olimpia absolutely loving their anti-2-star bases so far, which could be throwing Team Winners BR for a bit of a loop here. Now that World Champion will get locked onto by the single target Inferno, notices that, so decides to pop her ability early and is still moving through. Now this Queen is actually going to step up and grab that multi-target Inferno and could potentially grab this Eagle if he plays his cards right, and she is going to get it. Some really nice Sui value, and now we might see this Lalo come in from this 12 o'clock side here to try and dive through and work counterclockwise around the rest of the space. Now, he does have 3 haste spells for this Lalo and 2 freezes, so plenty of spells to get through here. A bunch of loons coming in with the Lava Hounds. They're going to dive straight into the top side, pull a bunch of Seeking Air Mines, but it's not going to be the end of the world. Now, we do have that Slammer, and that's meant for that Town Hall to ensure that he gets that 2-star. You do not want to be 1-starring in this format because a 1-star could end the war for your clan here. Now, he's waiting for that Warden to get in range of that Dragon. We might see this Warden ability get popped a little bit early here to try and make sure that those loons stay alive. He's going to actually freeze the Town Hall in that single target Inferno, and this is looking really, really solid, saving that Warden ability for when the loons target that Town Hall, and they eventually do. They're going to get through that Town Hall and then move through the rest of the base. Now, he doesn't have any more spells, and we've got a back-end air defense left alive, but as long as these loons can continue to carry out through this base, he does still have a chance here. But with 3 splash damage defenses, that being the 2 Wizard Towers and this 3rd Wizard Tower at the top side, that could really slow these loons in their tracks, especially not having those haste spells to push them through and get them to those defenses faster. Now, can this Warden ability, or can the Warden's aura with that HP buff kind of step up here and help these loons out? It does not, and they eventually go down. And with 34 seconds left to go and no loons, it's going to be a second time fail for Team Winners BR. They have the right idea for a lot of these bases, but again, just not enough time to get through and not carrying out enough momentum to dive through for this base. It was an excellent plan, but just going to fall barely short here, and I can imagine their morale is just slightly kind of moving through. Now, not a time fail? Fail? I don't think so. Because here's the thing, this dragon is pretty much at full health. It's going to get through that air defense. It's going to get through this this whiz tower. It's definitely still a triple if he has the time. But it is going to be a defense here. Really, really nice try. But what's up, whatever, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. You are a Town Hall 11 almost maxed? That sounds awesome. It's pretty awesome stuff. Town Hall 11 is a bunch of fun, especially with the new addition of the Warden. But here we go. We got Team Olimpia not wasting any time. They're going straight back in. Are they shooting for the perfect war? Is that what they're trying to do here? Here we go. We've got so much variety from the Team Olimpia guys. We got another drag back here coming in. And we're going to start with this king over by this 8 o'clock side. He's going to kind of step up and take down a couple of buildings, kind of clear the way for the dragons to eventually step up for the inside of this base. Now, the queen is also going to come in behind this king, and they're going to kind of dive through and work through this Tesla farm, which is really, really good value here for the heroes. Ideally, you want to try and grab that Tesla farm if you can. And we got a Ice Golem with the Royal Champion coming in for the single target Inferno. Ice Golem going to get some really good value there, allowing for that Royal Champion to get through this Inferno without having to burn a spell. Really good identification there, grabbing that Inferno Tower and completely clearing that compartment for the dragons to eventually dive in towards this scatter shot. Now I can kind of see what the attacker is trying to do here. He's setting up the base to where he can fly in his dragon straight through towards this town hall. Now, he does have the blimp for the town hall, which we might see come in, but he's going to actually switch to a stone slammer, which is a very good call here, because look at the path that he's developed for his army to eventually dive in here. Just to kind of give you guys a bit of perspective here and draw all over the screen. He's kind of, hold on, let me see. Oh, I don't have it on the screen. Never mind. We can't pull up the ESPN overlay. Maybe I'll get that set in just a moment here. But the dragons are going to dive through here and clear through the core of this base and get to that town hall. Now, we do have the headhunters out of the clan castle, but they will go down to the dragons because they are fast enough to take them down before they get to the warden. Now, all the dragons in the core, I'm surprised he hasn't popped the warden's ability to save those loons. They're going to be diving through, and he might actually pop it a bit early here to keep those dragons alive through this town hall blast. Where's the warden? There's the warden ability. That's going to allow those two dragons to step up and get that town hall. And here come the bats from this backside. Now he has to be careful with this scatter shot that it doesn't retarget to the bats. He's going to freeze it early. And in all honesty, I don't blame him at all here. He's probably going to freeze the scatter shot again here to make sure that the bats stay alive, and he does. Now that ice golem is actually going to allow for the bats to step up and grab that whiz tower, hopefully without having to burn another freeze spell. He doesn't have any more freezes. Can the bats get to the whiz tower in time? They're not going to. And could this one fall short here? These bats they're going to run away from the whiz tower. I cannot believe that just happened. They ran away from the wizard tower. They're going to step up and grab that single. Now, he has a really good shot to still get this one here. Oh my gosh. Could he still get this? There's a singular whiz tower that's going to mess up this entire raid, but the dragons do have enough here to get through the rest of the base. One dragon is at full health. One dragon is at about half here. Now, he does have two archers that he could drop down anywhere on the map. Can this dragon get through that archer tower? Oh, it takes a black mine. Oh no, and it looks like Team Olympia's chances of getting that perfect war are out of the window. Again, just having to burn that free spell a little bit early, and possibly that ice golem going in just a little bit too early as well might have cost him here. But hang on a second. Does he still have a chance? That dragon might be able to get through this whiz tower, but can this dragon step up and get through the final defenses here? I don't think so. It's going to be really, really close, but it is going to be an out-and-out fail. And even then, I don't think he's got the time to get through this one anyways. It is going to be a fail. Very nice try, but he's going to end at a 94% 2-star. Wow. Team Olimpia is too OP. They need a nerf. They do. Honestly, they've done some really, really nice hits. I remember when I used to make COC videos, I would always, without fail, run out of things to say when attacking. Yeah, I mean, it's always tough. I mean, I don't even know how I fill the gap. Okay, hold on. I got to get my ESPN little thingy on the screen. Give me 1 second here. Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, so I believe now, if I'm correct, yeah, we have our ESPN little board on here, so I can kind of give you guys an idea of what the attacker was doing. So he sent in that Royal Champion down here south to take down this compartment, get it out of the way. He sent in the heroes to clear this side of the base as well, and the next thing you know, all of this was clear. All of this along here was clear, and now you've got a clear set path for these dragons to go straight for that town hall, and that's why he switched to the blimp. He knows, look, that blimp's not going to go over here. It's not going to go over here. It's going straight for the town hall, and without worry, he gets through this base with absolutely no issues. Now let's see if Team Winners BR can come through and get themselves the triple that they desperately need to stay in this war, because realistically, they have to hit a triple. So if Team Winners BR hit a triple, they will end the war at 87.80% overall destruction, which means that Team Olimpia realistically will only need about a 35 to 40% 1-star to win the war. So they've definitely extended their lead a ton. But let's see if they can end on a triple here and end strong. We've got a bit of a Yeti smash coming in from the final attacker for Team Winners BR. Going to start with this Warden walk over by this 3 o'clock side. Going to drop those healers in to make sure that he's keeping that Warden at full health at all times here to clear through this side of the base. Now, the Warden walks are definitely a really good substitute for the Queen charges, especially with the Warden's range. But the only downside is that it's a bit slower because of the Warden's damage. So you have to take that into account when you're making these plans. Warden is going to clear through these storages just fine, but it's going to take him a little bit of time. So the setup is going to take about 20 to 30 seconds. So you have to take that into account when you're planning to dive into this base to prevent time fails. Now, I believe he's just trying to clear this side with the Warden, not trying to get anything too fancy with him. And now we do have the double Tesla and that Wiz Tower down at this bottom side here. And I think that's where he's planning on sending in the Yetis, to be perfectly honest, with how he's funneled this base. Now, are we going to see a jump spell into this compartment here to completely ignore this outside layer of walls? We might see that. Here comes the King into that channel to make sure that the Yetis don't bounce to the outside. And honestly, that's an excellent call here. Definitely a really, really good judgment call there. And here comes the first super wall breaker, going to dive in and open up that wall. The first and only super wall breaker, going to dive in and open up that wall. Now, the King does go left, which is perfect. And that allows for all of the Yetis to stay tightly knit together and push through the rest of the space. Now, drops the jump spell. Not the best placement of that jump spell. Didn't need it right there. He could have pushed it a little bit deeper into the base, but his troops will clear through that town hall. He is going to pop this ability as they dive through the core here. Warden ability is going to get popped up. I'm surprised he hasn't popped the Warden. He's delayed the Warden by just a little bit here, and he drops the jump spell in a position where the Yetis actually can't bounce forward and take it here. Oh no, just a few mistakes on the spells at the moment. Meant to place this jump spell in this compartment right here to allow those Yetis to push through, but nonetheless, they break through the wall and still move through. And here come the Hog Riders out of the friendly siege barracks there, working in tandem with that Royal Champion to dive through the rest of the space. Now, this enemy Lava Hound and enemy Inferno Dragon on defense are going to be a bit of a pain to deal with, but nonetheless, the Queen should be able to step up and take them down with absolutely no issues. Look at that Inferno Dragon. It's sitting on absolutely no health, and it's burning through these Yetis. He needs his Queen to step up and take it down, which she does. And now she's going to join in with this Royal Champion and the Yetis diving into the backside of the space. We do have 2 free spells, which we're going to use one of them on the Wiz Tower and that Inferno Tower, and we're going to probably see the second one go down as the single target Inferno locks onto more of these Hog Riders. Now, this Royal Champion can realistically get through the rest of his base if he plays his cards right. The King is going to lock onto the Yetis here, which is not what he wants to see, but if this Queen could step up and help deal with that single target Inferno, he'll be in luck here, and she does. Now, does he have enough time to get through the rest of the base here? And I don't think so. With 35 seconds left to go, there's no way his troops are going to be able to redirect down to this bottom side and take down this gold storage. It's such a shame. We're seeing 3 time fails from Team Winners BR. Realistically, if they had about another 30 seconds for this raid, it would be a triple. So definitely some of those anti 2-star bases throwing off Team Winners BR just a little bit here, having to switch up the plans every now and then. This one is going to end at about an 85% 2-star, which is going to secure the win for Team Olimpia here, winning so far with 11 stars. And they don't even technically have to use their 3rd hit here, or their final hit, because they have won the war, but they are going to conclude with their final hit. Can they end on the 14-star war here? Let's see what we've got going. We've got a Yeti smash diving into this base here. Will we be seeing a Warden walk, or will we be seeing a Queen charge? There's a bit of a difference in those 2 attacks. We sometimes see those Queen charges, and we sometimes see those Warden walks. It really does depend on what you're trying to funnel here. So taking his sweet time, not really trying to do anything too special, starting with that Warden walk over by this 12 o'clock side to clear through a couple of buildings and set that funnel for the Yetis. Now, we might see the Yetis dive in from this left side here, judging by where he's placed that Warden. He wants the Warden to eventually join forces with the main force moving through this way, but he might actually be trying to break through here. Hold on a second. I may be completely wrong. He's going from the opposite side of where I thought he was going to go. That's very interesting there. And he knows his Warden's going to be just fine. There's not enough damage to take him down. So he's just going to kind of wait through and just kind of take down those buildings, doing just fine. Warden walk is working perfectly here. Now here comes the siege barracks, admittedly a little bit late in comparison to what he needed to do. Now a couple of Yetis going down to lure that Warden over to the middle of the base, where eventually the Yetis will path inside here. Now can those wizards clear through this cannon, which they will? Here come the Yetis, here come the bowlers with that ice golem and the King and Queen. Now so far this is a superb setup by Team Olimpia here for their final raid. Raid spell going to go down and force everything forward here, and those healers will transition forward onto the Yeti smash, and here come the Hog Riders out of that clan castle. We may see that Royal Champion coming behind them very, very shortly here. Now, will we see that Warden ability popped a little bit early here? We do, and that's to try and get through that scatter shot. He doesn't want to open up that Town Hall compartment wall until he gets the Town Hall down. Doesn't have any way to actually open it up, so the Yetis will beat through the wall and eventually dive in and take it down. Now, not dropping the poison spell here, which is a bit interesting. Is he trying to swag the poison? He might be trying to swag the poison at this point. point. Now we are going to see a Tesla farm pop at this top side of the base, which is definitely not ideal. A couple of Hog Riders going to get dragged into that tornado trap, and you can kind of see the momentum of this raid slowing down as he got to that Town Hall compartment, which is definitely not ideal. Now does still have that Queen ability and 3 Party Wizards as well as the Poison Spell. Going to use it on these Lava Pups to keep that Queen moving through. We do have a singular healer left alive in the core of this base, but she does eventually go down to that Archer Tower there and the enemy Lava Pups. Now we do have a free spell. He technically can still get through the rest of this base, but he has to use his abilities properly here. He's going to actually wait to the last second for this Queen ability here, popping it. Oh no, he doesn't pop it. He gets to save it. That is incredible stuff right there. Now he's going to pop this World Champion ability, and look at that. 4 3-stars from Team Olimpia to win this war 14-10 against Team Winners BR, completely blowing my expectations out of the water. What an incredible showing from Team Olimpia here. I will definitely be keeping this clan on my radar going into the playoffs here, because I've got no doubt that if they can continue this streak that they're going on right now and they can continue this firepower, they're going to do really, really well here. Now, I'm saying this is a triple, but is he still going to triple this here? I think he's got enough time, but with 20 seconds and that many troops, I think he's going to be just fine. The World Champion can step up, take down a couple of buildings, and that's going to be the 4th triple for Team Olimpia. So close to that perfect war, but just barely not getting there. What a showing by Team Olimpia. 14 stars to 10, and that is going to be the war. Wow. Huge shout out to both of these clans for letting me stream this war. This was an excellent war to show. Huge shout out to Team Olimpia with their win there. Look at the percentage, 98.80% overall destruction. They are 1.2% away from the perfect war. That is incredible. That's probably the highest percentage war I have seen in the WCL champion season so far. Team Olimpia really coming through and getting this one done. Jeez, I did not expect them to do this well. I mean, especially since I haven't seen this team before, and being 2-2, it's not something like a crazy, amazing record, but this is a fantastic showing from Team Olimpia today, and I cannot wait to see what they do later on going into the final, or going into the playoffs rather. Now, just while we've got a bit of a second here, as this war concludes, I am going to find someone who's streaming Clash to try and host here. Is that not Kappa streaming Clash? Okay, well I gotta host Not Kappa. It'd be a shame if I didn't. So we'll go ahead and pop Not Kappa a host here. I don't think he's as family friendly as me. Just throwing that out there for anyone who's a bit younger. You want to see my base? Sorry, Freaksons, I don't typically do base reviews, but if you want to post your base, a picture of your base to the Discord channel, feel free to do so. That is the Discord link in the chat. Huge shout out to all of you, but that is going to be the end of the war there. Team Winners BR are going to unfortunately lose this one, and Team Olimpia are going to come through with the win, 14-10. Excellent war by them, but that is going to do it for me. Let's go ahead and we'll raid Not Kappa. We'll show him some love over on Twitch. If you guys want to join in on the raid, feel free to pop in over on Twitch and join us over there. But that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching the stream, and I'll see you guys later. See ya.